Being the child of celebrities is a godsend. Many people think so, although in fact everything is much more complicated. Not all star children enjoy the success and privileges of their parents, and some, on their own initiative or by chance, paved the way to Hollywood by their own. These are also those aspiring stars who are disturbed by the fame of their relatives. Why was Uma Thurman cautious about her daughter's dream of becoming an actress? What label was hung on Lily Rose Depp? And how does Clint Eastwood feel about his own son? You'll get the answers and more in today's video. It's Biographer Express, and we're getting started. Well, let's start with Maya Hawke, a rising Hollywood star, a model who graces the covers of popular magazines. She is the muse of American fashion designer Zac Posen, and everyone knows very well that she is the daughter of famous actors Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman. As a child, Maya had to change several schools because of dyslexia, but she eventually graduated from a public school in Brooklyn. She also studied at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art in London and the prestigious Stella Adler Studio of Acting in New York. At the same time, Maya began appearing on red carpets and fashion parties, accompanied by her famous parents. At that time, she was only 13 years old. But at the same time, Maya's parents were very careful about introducing their daughter to the world of cinema. Both of my parents think being a professional child actor is poisonous. They came to my plays, read the poems I wrote, and would listen to me sing, but they kept me out of the spotlight. Before acting, she managed to try herself as a model in the fourth generation. Maya's grandmother was a famous model in the USA, and her maternal great-grandmother, Birgit Holmqvist, was famous in Sweden, and Uma Thurman began her career by filming in advertising companies. Because this industry is so much tougher on women, my mom had reservations about me not becoming an actor, but becoming a public figure, Hawke says. At the age of 18, Maya became the face of the famous All Saints brand in the 2016-2017 season, and a year later she took part in the Tom Ford Show, appeared in British Vogue, and on the cover of Tatler UK. Despite the fact that her modeling career was short-lived, she was able to impress the masters of show business. Anyone who spends any time with Maya will tell you that she's smart, cool, and possesses an infectious enthusiasm for new ideas, the creative process, and life in general. All Saints creative director Will Beadle said about the young woman. At the beginning of her creative career, journalists often asked questions about whether she wanted to follow in the footsteps of her father and mother. The future star refused, answering that she wanted to become a poetess or even an agronomist. Now the circle of interests has narrowed. Hawke explains her search this way. I just want to work with people who love what they do. It's the only way to create something really worthwhile. All news about Maya Hawke still starts with the phrase Uma Thurman's daughter. Yes, the 25-year-old actress and singer is not yet very well known to the general public, but there is every reason to believe that she will soon emerge from the shadow of her star mother and become one of the most sought-after stars of the new generation. Growing up with a father who was an avid musician, Maya even began writing her own songs as a teenager, but eventually made acting a priority. As a film actress, Maya made her debut in 2017 in the successful BBC miniseries Little Women, based on the book by Louisa May Alcott, where she played one of the main roles, Jo March, the most courageous and independent of the sisters. At the auditions, the producers offered her a short episode, but the persistent girl made sure that she was allowed to read the lines of another character. Though she had to quit her studies because of filming, Hawke never seemed to regret it. The actress admitted that during the filming she became interested in music again thanks to the guitar that her mother gave her. Breaks and shift changes had to be filled with some other manifestation of creativity, something that would help her not lose her thoughts, that would distract her from the phone. Then music returned to her life. 2 years later, the newly minted actress received a role in the third season of the super popular series Stranger Things. Team 11 is joined by the resourceful and charming ice cream saleswoman Robin. In an interview, Maya Hawke admitted that she had not watched the show before she got the role in it, although her mother and brother were fans. Maya's father, Ethan, was incredibly proud of his daughter's work and expressed his support in a touching Instagram post. Some of you may know her music, some may not, but ladies and gentlemen, you get to know Maya Hawke. She's the real thing. After her debut work, the young actress is in high demand. Only in 2021, she participated in 4 projects, and this year we expect to see the biographical film Maestro, where Maya has one of the main roles. The actress also recently released several solo albums. So thanks to a good friend of Ethan Hawke, Maya recorded her first album in 2020 called Blush in the style of country and folk. Critics and fans immediately noted the voices of Maya and Uma Thurman are surprisingly similar. Another beautiful but divorced couple, Johnny Depp and Vanessa Paradis, also boasts a talented daughter. Lily Rose Melody was born in Paris, and from the first years of the girl's life, her photos appeared in all the tabloids. Every aspect of Lily's life was covered in detail, from birthdays and attending events to the way she dressed. From an early age, she was exposed to the world of art, surrounded by stars, cameras, and journalists. According to the young star, from an early age, she had to learn to live under the public's eye. When even your childhood photographs are constantly flashed in the tabloids, people get the impression that they know you like the back of their hand. Social media, of course, only reinforces this impression, but it is wrong. I am a very private and cautious person. The label Johnny Depp's daughter influenced all her creative endeavors and became the reason for the high expectations that fell on the shoulders of the young actress. However, this did not stop her from realizing her potential. In 2013, at the age of 14, she made her film debut in Kevin Smith's Tusk, which also starred her father. It's very exciting to post my little contribution to the movie Tusk, which starred my father. I hope you enjoy it. Lily Rose Depp wrote on Instagram. Many fans have described the film as misery meets the human centipede, but this is exactly what was expected from Johnny Depp's daughter. Crazy, visionary, and completely insane, even if the role was insignificant. It was later revealed that Tusk was a reference to the next film, Yoga Hosers, starring Lily Rose Depp. These two films and Moose Jaws, which was released in 2017, formed a True North trilogy. In an interview, the young star admitted that becoming an actress had been her dream since childhood, and also she wanted to be a singer, a spy, and a ballerina. But as soon as she tried herself in the first role, she finally decided on her career. Lily Rose then starred in a number of other films, including a historical drama, The King, in which she played the wife of King Henry V. At the Cannes Film Festival, which took place in May 2016, the actress presented another film, The Dancer, revealing the life story of Isadora Duncan. According to Lily Rose, her goal is not fame. I'm just trying to realize my dream in every possible way, to be an actress, she admits. Lily Rose chooses her roles carefully, considering her choices and taking career steps studiously and diligently. Nothing falls from the sky, no matter what people think. I feel more confident when I do everything myself and move towards the goal gradually, she says. But she didn't stop there either. Simultaneously with all the filming, Lily Rose began to engage in modeling, since she is endowed with a stunning figure, obviously inherited from her star mother. On April 1, 2015, the outrageous fashion designer Karl Lagerfeld organized a show of the Chanel Paris Salzburg collection in New York. No one suspected that the fashion show would become a kind of debutante ball. The main focus of this event was on Lily Rose Melody. Then there were rumors that the young woman could become a new symbol of the famous French house. And later, in May 2016, it became known that Lily Rose Depp was chosen as the face of the new exquisite fragrance Chanel No. 5 L'Eau. In recent years, Lily Rose has been actively filming. In 2021, she participated in 4 released projects, which, according to the young actress, were very important and valuable to her. In 2023, she received a role in the drama series The Idol, which, as expected, greatly disturbed critics with its outrageousness and frankness. There are many rumors about Lily's personal life. In 2015, she participated in the Self-Evident Truths Project, which defended the rights of the LGBT community. As the media noted, the actress wanted to show that she was not heterosexual in this way, but this wave was attributed to her romantic relationship with Stella Maxwell. The reason for this was their joint photo shoot for Love magazine. Besides, the press periodically reports that the star is seen with Ash Stymist, who is famous in the modeling business. However, she did not confirm the relationship. As Johnny Depp stated, Lily has a complex character, but at the same time, she is a very smart child and can be the sweetest on earth. In 2016, Lily clearly demonstrated her love for her father. When Amber Heard filed for divorce and demanded financial support from Johnny Depp and he refused to pay it, she accused him of physical abuse. In response to this reproach, Lily Rose posted a tender photo with her father on Instagram and wrote, "My father is the sweetest and most loving man in the world. He has always treated me and my brother with great love and care, and everyone who knows him would say the same." The next hero of today's video cannot boast of a warm relationship with his famous parent, but partly thanks to him, he became who he is now. Scott Eastwood was born on March 21, 1986 in Monterey County in Western California, but spent his childhood in Hawaii. Scott is the son of famous American actor and director Clint Eastwood and flight attendant Jacqueline Reeves. He is the 4th oldest of Eastwood's 7 children. Scott began his acting career under his mother's name, although Scott Reeves was already working in Hollywood. He did not want to be perceived as the son of a famous father who gained his fame only through big names. I auditioned for almost every movie my father made. Eastwood Jr. once said, adding that the star father never did him any favors, and in 2006 he was finally approved for a supporting role in Clint Eastwood's film Flags of Our Fathers about 6 American military members who raised the flag on Mount Suribachi during the Battle of Iwo Jima. After that, there were only episodic roles, and Scott had to fight for something more significant for several years. Only in 2010, the actor managed to get the lead role in the thriller Enter Nowhere. However, it didn't bring Scott recognition. Later, he managed to star in several more films, including David Ayer's military drama Fury with Brad Pitt, Logan Lerman, and Shia LaBeouf. In 2015, Eastwood appeared in the music video for American singer Taylor Swift's Wildest Dreams and the film adaptation of the Nicholas Sparks novel The Longest Ride. Eastwood might not have played this role, which brought him public recognition, if he had been approved for his father's film American Sniper. However, after auditioning with Eastwood Sr., Scott did not even receive a rejection letter. You just don't get a callback. Nothing personal, the actor recalled. A year later, Eastwood played Lieutenant G.Q. Edwards, the leader of a group of villains in the film Suicide Squad, a film adaptation of the DC comic book series, and also played a role in the biographical drama Snowden. Everyone noticed the resemblance of Scott Eastwood to his father, and when he appeared at a charity Halloween dinner in 2016 dressed up as the man with no name from the movie The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, the actor looked like a copy of his father. Besides his acting career, Scott is involved in modeling. He has contracts with Hugo Boss and Abercrombie & Fitch. In 2015, Scott Eastwood also started working with David Off Cool Water and became the new face of their fragrance. Besides acting, Scott is also a talented director and producer. In this role, he had a hand in the creation of a number of short films and also acted as an executive producer of several movies. He is deeply committed to promoting independent filmmaking and has worked with several emerging filmmakers to help them bring their ideas to the screen. Scott Eastwood is not married. Little is known about his personal life, but in an interview with GQ Australia, the actor said that the last time he cried was when the girl he was dating died in a car accident in 2014, which he admitted could have made it difficult for him to continue going on dates. However, he also noted that he likes many girls, which seems to be true. According to People magazine, he was in a relationship with stars like Nina Dobrev, Brittany Rousseau, and Janet Kramer. What other children of star parents would you like to hear about? Be sure to share with us in the comments. And we continue. If you think that the word versatile is an abstract concept, then you are sadly mistaken, because we are going to tell you about such a person. Jack Quaid is a talented actor and musician who is the son of famous Hollywood actors and heir to an artistic legacy. His father, Dennis Quaid, is famous for his roles in the films The Day After Tomorrow, Legion, Dragonheart, and others. And his mother, Meg Ryan, is known for her roles in the movies When Harry Met Sally, Sleepless in Seattle, and others. Jack began to show interest in cinema from early childhood. Dennis immediately realized that this was exactly what his child would do for the rest of his life. He had a video camera in his hand when he was like 4 years old, making little videos and stuff. It was just a very natural thing that he did. It wasn't something we pushed him towards. Ever since he was a kid, it was kind of obvious that he was going to do that. He went through high school drama and stuff. Jack first gained popularity after participating in the Hunger Games franchise, where he played the character named Marvel. After that, the actor appeared in such films as Rampage, Logan Lucky, and others. Since then, Jack has been actively filming in various movies and television projects. In 2019, the actor managed to get a role in the TV series The Boys, based on the comic book of the same name. According to viewers, it was after this lively show, famous for its black humor and spectacular bloody scenes, that Jack Quaid became recognizable to a wide audience. Jack also managed to play in the film Scream 5, and participation in the famous horror franchise also brought new colors to his career. The young actor is also an environmental and animal welfare activist. He supports charities such as Wild Aid and the Environmental Media Association. Jack is also involved in a campaign to combat ocean plastic pollution. We hope that Jack Quaid will be able to catch up with his parents in the future and become as successful an actor as they were, and maybe even better. The most rock and roll couple of the late 1980s, Lenny Kravitz and Lisa Bonet, also gave the world a rising star. Zoë Kravitz was born in 1988 in New York and grew up surrounded by music and film celebrities. As a teenager, she struggled with bulimia and anorexia for quite a long time. Her creative path began with the founding of a musical band. At the age of 16, she formed the band Lola Wolf with Jimmy Giannopoulos on drums and James Levy on keyboards. The band name was very symbolic. It is an abbreviation of the names of Zoe's half-sister and brother. Zoë was a vocalist and co-writer. After her debut, Kravitz continued to release music and collaborate with other artists such as Drake, A$AP Rocky and Twin Shadow. Since then, Zoë has been constantly experimenting with her music. She successfully combines elements of rock, soul, and electronic music to create a unique and diverse sound. Zoë began her acting career in 2007, appearing in the film No Reservations. Over the following years, she starred in several films and television series, including Birds of America, Divergent, and Big Little Lies, which helped her reach her full potential. In 2016, Zoë received one of the supporting roles in the film Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And in 2019, she was able to embody the image of Catwoman in the film Batman. In an interview, she admitted that she approached the role very seriously and thought of how to present her character. I also tried to think about it not as Catwoman, but as a woman. How does this make me feel? How are we approaching this, and how are we making sure we're not fetishizing or creating a stereotype? I knew it needed to be a real person. The actress also starred in music videos and worked as a model, collaborating with such famous brands as Calvin Klein, Balenciaga, and Yves Saint Laurent Beauty. For several years, she has been the face of Saint Laurent in perfumery and fashion. These are simple and beautiful clothes, she says. Zoë is a very versatile person, so it is impossible not to mention her unique style and bright personality. She is a style icon and regularly appears on the covers of fashion magazines. The actress is also an activist and supports many charities that fight for animal rights and environmental protection. In 2020, Zoë took part in the Black Lives Matter protests. Her personal negative experience pushed her to this. So, in an interview with The Observer, she admitted that in Batman in 2012, she also auditioned for the role of a Catwoman, but did not get it because of her skin color. But Zoë stubbornly continues to move forward, and this is bearing fruit. In 2023, it has been announced that Kravitz would try herself as a director. She began working on the thriller Pussy Island, starring Naomi Ackie and Channing Tatum. The young woman claims that it is important for her to constantly develop and explore the world. When I read something unexpected for me, it's exciting and scary. It makes me feel alive, she admits. The family supports Zoë in all her endeavors. Laney mentioned more than once how proud he was of his daughter. When you watch your child become who they are, not who you necessarily want them to be, but who they were created to be, she's done it her way. Not long ago, Zoë was included in the list of 100 most influential people of 2022, according to Time magazine. Not bad, is it? No one needs to explain who Julia Roberts is, right? So this movie star can boast of an equally talented niece named Emma Roberts. She was born on February 10, 1991 in Rhinebeck, New York, and she is the daughter of Eric Roberts. Emma began her career in the film industry in 2001, starring in the film Blow, which told the story of the life of drug dealer George Young. The main role in the film was played by Johnny Depp, and Emma had to play his daughter, who experienced all the delights of life with an awful dad. In 2004, she starred in the film Aquamarine, for which she was nominated for a Young Artist Award.
You can't do that! Mr. B, me and Claire have been planning for this for like ever.
It'll be all right.
Grandpa, are the pool lights still on?
Since then, Emma has continued to actively participate in films and television, receiving praise from critics and popularity among viewers. In 2011, she got a role in the TV series American Horror Story, which became her breakthrough in the film industry. Her performance shocked audiences and critics, and the young actress was nominated for Women's Image Network Awards in a category Actress MFT Movie/Miniseries. This role led to even greater popularity and opportunities for the actress, including her participation in the comedy We're the Millers and the TV series Scream Queens. Emma is also active in the film industry behind the scenes. She has produced several films and television series, including Scream Queens and The Black Coat's Daughter. Furthermore, Emma supports many charities and is an animal rights activist. Basically, Emma was never influenced by anyone's opinions. In one of the interviews, her father mentioned that he rarely talked to her about her future career and was not going to influence her in any way. He also believed that a new generation did all the work for him, as they tried not to listen to anyone and do as their heart told them.
We have never discussed any of it since she was, I think, our first and last conversation about anything to do with show business. She was 9 years old.
Emma Roberts is known for her unique style and charm. She's a style icon and regularly appears on the covers of fashion magazines. Her vibrant personality and talent allow Emma to remain one of the most interesting and talked about actresses of her generation. Well, until we move on to the story about another embodiment of versatility in one person, we suggest you subscribe to our channel and click on the bell so you won't miss new videos. And we continue. Our next heroine has incredible French and Italian roots, thanks to her star parents. Deva Cassel is the daughter of the famous actress and model Monica Bellucci and her ex-husband Vincent Cassel, a famous actor. Deva was born on September 12, 2004 in Rome. The future star also has a younger sister, Leonie. Cassel and Bellucci carefully protected the girls from paparazzi. Deva only occasionally was caught on camera and often by accident. So, during one of Monica's interviews, the girl missed her mother and brought her a bracelet.
Ma amore, mi hai comprato un braccialino? Ma amore, che bello, per me l'hai comprato. Dammi un bacio.
The only personal photos with Deva's presence were on her father's Instagram. From them, we can conclude that Vincent adores his daughters. Deva got involved in the modeling business quite early. Her debut took place in 2018 when she participated at the Dolce & Gabbana show in Milan. She was only 14 at the time. Like her mother in her time, the young model signed a contract with a fashion house and was the face of many of the brand's products. That same year, she appeared on the cover of Vogue Bambini, the Italian edition of Vogue magazine, and Elle France called Deva Cassel the new muse of Italian fashion. She later presented 3 more Dolce & Gabbana Eau de Toilette in 2020, 2021, and 2023. Besides, from time to time, Deva appears on the podium. So this year, she appeared at Milan Fashion Week where she walked the runway in a translucent fitted dress with corset inserts from Dolce. Deva will soon be seen on the big screens as she's acting in Beautiful Summer by Italian director Laura Lucetti, as filming has begun in 2022. More recently, the young model became the heroine of the American edition of Interview magazine, where she tried on several revealing images. Cassel is not afraid to be frank and create a reason for discussion, which was confirmed by one of her latest photo shoots. The young star is known for her striking resemblance to her mother Monica Bellucci, who was at the peak of her career in the 1990s and 2000s. Despite being born into a family of actors and models, Deva prefers to keep a low profile. She has a private account where she posts personal photos as well as a public one. In the latter, you can see photographs from various filming and photo sessions, and very rarely personal ones. Parents protect the privacy of their daughter, so she does not give many interviews or publish much information on social networks and allows people to know about her exactly as much as she sees fit. While it's unknown if Deva plans to follow in her parents' footsteps and pursue a career in the entertainment industry, she definitely has the resources to do so, and it's clear that she has a bright future ahead of her. The next heroine is Margaret Qualley, the daughter of Paul Qualley, a famous American actor and director, and model Andie MacDowell. Born in Montana in 1991, it was clear from a very early age that she had a natural talent for acting. Margaret attended the Professional Children's School in New York, where she studied dance and then continued her studies at the University of North Carolina's School of the Arts. Her father's influence, of course, played an important role in the formation of the girl's interests and ambitions. Margaret made her film debut in 2013 in the film Palo Alto, which was directed by Gia Coppola and based on the book by James Franco. She went on to star in several independent films, including The Nice Guys and Novitate, which brought her critical acclaim and industry recognition. In 2015, Margaret made her television debut in the HBO series The Leftovers, playing the character Jill Garvey. The series received positive reviews from critics, with Margaret's performance praised for its emotional depth. She continued to work in television, appearing on shows such as Maid and Fosse/Verdon, for which she was nominated for a Primetime Emmy Award as well as a Critics' Choice Award. The actress also participated in Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. She appeared in a minor image of a hippie nicknamed Pussycat. This project gave Margaret a chance to learn a lot because she was lucky enough to work with stars such as Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. After the premiere, the artist received a nomination for the Screen Actors Guild Award. Besides filming, Margaret has also actively worked in the fashion industry, modeling for brands such as Chanel and Kenzo. She has appeared in many fashion magazines and has become famous for her unique sense of style. Despite her success, Qualley openly talks about the challenges of working in the film industry and strives to constantly improve her acting skills. The heroes of today's video, despite money, fame, and power, were able to find their own path and the strength to be themselves. Sometimes they do it despite the circumstances, and often regardless of what people say about them. A similar example can be the family of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, who used to be considered one of the most reliable and persistent in Hollywood. And now, despite everything they've experienced, they stay together. Click on the video that appears on your screen and find out why their perfect marriage almost fell apart. Is it true that Will Smith gave the green light to his wife's infidelity? And why will the star couple never divorce? Well, that's all for today. Be sure to like it and subscribe so you don't miss new videos. You were watching Biographer Express. See you soon.